that you're buying. Over here on the port side is your battery switch. There's a little compartment here. So that's your battery switch. This is normally where it's supposed to be on, number 1. Unless your battery's dead, then you can go to 1 and 2. Well, as soon as you get it started, like after like 10 minutes or so, I would pump it back over to 1. That's worst case scenario. But whenever you're letting the boat sit, I would turn it off to, I would turn it on to off, which is right here is pretty much where it's directing. This little piece here. Where your batteries are in the front of your, here, and that's where all your batteries are. So you have 3 trolling motor batteries and 1 cranking battery. Here to show them the breakers as well. So over on this left side wall here, this one here is your breaker for the trolling motor, and this breaker here to the left is for everything at the console. So if it's tripped, you'll see this little piece hanging down, and then if you do see it, you just push it back in. You don't have to turn those off. As long as you got the battery switch off, you're good. So all your switches here, you have an open accessory switch here, you have overhead lights, which are right up here. I think you have about 6 of them, I believe. They also, you switch it on again, and it'll change colors to red. Do it again, it'll be blue, and then it'll be purple at the end, and then it'll change over to white again. Alright, so you got your rear spreader light, which is right back here. And then you have a forward spreader light, which is at the front of the T-top. And then you got freshwater wash down, which is right over here. And that's this. I think I still have it on. No, can you hit the button, please? And then where you fill that up, because that has an extra tank for the fresh water, which is right here. I think it's a 13-gallon tank, and it's located right here. Now your raw water, I don't think they come with it, but you have to get another hose to attach to here. That would be your raw water. Alright, what's next on that? So you have another open accessory. Then this right here is your vent fan for your front left rod locker. Here. And where that's located is in the back. So you got underwater lights, and then you got your interior lights. So you got lights up underneath the console here, and then also the rear, underneath the rear live well. And then if you press the button again, it's a dual function switch, so it'll be red, and then you have lights up underneath here. So you got bilge 1 and bilge 2. They're located right up underneath this, and they are labeled 1 and 2. Also, your raw water and freshwater pumps are right in there to your right, and that's where your tank is. So you have night light switch. Green is going to be all 3, green, red, and anchor light. Press it again, it'll be just red, and that'll be just anchor. And then you got your horn. Another thing, this right here is for your battery charger, which is located where your bilge pumps are, onto the left side. Alright, so for your live well, all your switches are over here on the left side. So you have live well lights, which is all the way to the right. Fill 1 is going to be for the rear live well and the front live well. And then as soon as you hit fill 2, the other side of the rear live well will turn on. And then whenever it fills up enough, you can hit the recirculating, and that third one will come on. You are able to turn the switch right here to close them. Like you can turn this and close them, or you can have it turned on. So if you ever don't want one not to run, you can just shut it off that way. So you do have this little piece here. If you notice, this sometimes gets fogged up. You can loosen this up, and you kind of have it opening, and it'll kind of keep it from fogging up on you. So underneath here is where your live well pumps are, and you have your seacocks here that have them. They're all open at the moment. Every single one of your seacocks are open. So if you ever want to close them off, you got 2 here, and then you got some at the front as well. Which are right there. Let's see what else. You have all your gauges here. You have speed on the left, RPM, trim, water pressure, and then fuel. There's 2 different ways you can start the motor. You can have the key on like this, and you can hit start on that. Or you shut it off and just use the key. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. There is a throttle only mode to where you just have throttle, and then you have to go back to neutral and then hit throttle back, and then you'll be able to go into gear. It is digital, so be careful if you're not used to digital motors. Jack plate here is on the left. You got trim tabs here on the right. It doesn't have the digital little readout, but as you're going, you can feel them. You do have your tilt steering wheel, so if you're sitting up higher, because these seats have a different function here as well. So then again, however tall you are, you can adjust it the way you want it. You got a compass here. You got a 12-volt receptacle here. This right here is for your hydraulic steering. You shouldn't ever have to worry about this. It should always be full. You ain't got to worry about messing with topping it off or nothing like that. You got your USB and auxiliary plug-in. That's for your stereo, which is right here. It has its own power button. It ain't gonna have another switch for it. Your power button's here. Then again, you should have all your manuals and stuff as well in a little ranger box. This right here is an open little area for you to put a VHF radio or something. Also, this area here is another place to put a bag. To be honest, it's pretty small. I don't know what I would put up there. I think you have 8 speakers. You have 4 on the T-top and then 4 surrounding on the inside of the boat. That's pretty much it. You do have a kill switch here. Make sure that's on run. I don't know if you're familiar with Mercury's or not, but if you need any other questions, just give us a call. Okay. All right. That's pretty much it.